Welcome to Well by Kate. Today we have a 20-minute full body mat Pilates workout. Let's start seated on our mats, nice and tall chest, and take some deep breaths here, breathing in through that diaphragm. That means you're going to feel your tummy expanding. And as we're sitting here breathing, let's slowly roll our shoulders through that full range of motion. Nice and slow. We'll take a couple more and then start rolling towards the back in that other direction, starting smaller, working to those wider circles. Last one. Beautiful. Coming back to center, and we're gonna move on to hands and knees for some hip rockers. So you're gonna push back into child and then rock forward, shoulders going past hands, tucking those hips down, really elongating through the spine and then rocking through the hips. Beautiful. Take a couple more of these, nice and slow, rocking forward and then pushing back into that child's pose. Let's push back up into hands and knees and do some cat-cows. So pull that belly button up to the ceiling and then push down towards the mat. Nice and slow, working that spine through the full range of motion. As you pull the belly button down to the mat, make sure you're facing forward with your head. Couple more, nice and slow here. Beautiful. Let's come back to center and push up into plank, tight core, glutes down, and then push back into our down dog, walking it out, alternating, bending those knees to really feel that stretch in the back of your legs, keeping your head between your arms, pressing up through your shoulders and down through your heels. Couple more here. Beautiful. Really feel that stretch. And then we're going to come back into plank and walk towards our toes, slowly standing up and reach for the ceiling, tall through the spine. We're going to roll back down and take a couple more of these to stretch out our hamstrings. Slowly rolling up, reaching to the ceiling. Take one more, rolling down, reach for the mat, relax through your spine, stretch through your legs, and all the way back up. We're going to transition to huggers, so cross in the front and reach to the back with those arms, stretching out your chest and then your back. Just a couple of these, nice and slow. Beautiful. Let's move on to the mat now with our back on the mat and go into our 100s for our core. So straighten those legs out, point the toes, and let's start pulsing through the arms. We're keeping that lower back pressed into the mat and that upper back is off the mat, your head is off the mat. To modify these, we can always bend the knees at a 90-degree angle. The farther they are down towards the floor, the harder it's going to feel. Keep counting. You've got it. Small pulses through the arms. And we're breathing through this movement to make it easier. We're almost done. Keep pushing. Almost to the end. Pumping those arms, breathing through the movement. Tuck those knees in if you need a little break. We're trying for 100 and bring those knees in. Rock back. Take that pressure off your core. Rest here. Take a couple deep breaths. We're going to move into a 90-degree angle with those legs and do alternate leg drops. So drop one leg down straight at a time and bring it right back up to that 90 degrees. Our arms and our head are resting on the mat for these. We're still pushing that lower back into the mat. Beautiful job. Nice and slow, controlling this movement. Just a couple more. Straightening that leg, keeping those toes pointed. Last one, each side. Bring those knees in. Take that deep breath. Rock it out if you need to. We're going to change into single leg stretch here. So pulling one knee in towards your chest as you straighten the other. Keeping your head and upper back up off the mat. Again, keeping this nice, slow and controlled. Pushing that leg out straight as you pull the other into your chest. And we breathe through the movement. Keep going, breathing through the movement. Just a couple more. Slow and controlled. You're doing a beautiful job. And tuck those knees in. Great job. Take that little rest. We're going to lay both legs flat on the mat and do a single leg circle. So point that toe, reach up to the ceiling, and draw a circle with that toe. You can start a little smaller and go wider, really opening up the hips and focusing on moving the leg with your core. We're gonna switch directions now. Same leg, but drawing that circle opposite way. Again, you can start smaller and go bigger. Keeping your head and your arms relaxed on the mat. Really moving your leg through the core. Stretch, pull that knee into your chest, stretch it out. And then we'll switch to that opposite side. Point that other toe, bring it up to the ceiling, and slowly draw that circle. You can bend your knee a little bit here if that feels better today. Just really make sure we're keeping this movement slow and controlled as we draw those circles. Beautiful job. Just a couple more and we're going to switch directions. On this last one, hold and go the opposite way. It's going to burn a little bit now, but you've got it. We're almost to the end. Keep pushing. Just a couple more. Beautiful. Let's pull that knee in and stretch, pulling it into the chest, taking those deep breaths. We're gonna move to some side plank exercises now. So get comfortable on your side, stack your knees, a little bit of a bend there in your legs. We're supporting through our forearm on the mat. We're gonna do side plank dips. Hand is on your hip. You're pushing up through the sides of your hips and your abs. Looking for that straight line at the top of those side planks. Keep going. Just a couple more. Pushing up to the ceiling through your hips. Beautiful. Last one. We're going to move into a side plank crunch, so come up onto your hand, go knee to elbow and stretch. Beautiful. Crunch knee to elbow, stretch out, pointing that toe, stretching through your arm. Holding that side plank. You got it. Breathing through the movement. Really crunching through that core and stretching. Last one. Let's come all the way down to the mat, supporting your head in your hand, and we're going to do side leg lifts. So just take that one leg and lift to the side, pointing that toe. We're not throwing it up, we're lifting it through the sides of your legs. Nice and controlled. Beautiful. On this one, hold and pulse, little pulses through the leg. You've got it. It's gonna burn a little bit, but we're almost to the end and we get to switch sides. So keep pulsing. Small movement. And rest. Tuck that leg in. Let's switch sides and do it again. Moving into those side planks. Again, you're moving up through the hips. Really try to make that straight line going through your legs and up to your torso at the top of that plank dip. Beautiful. Last few. And let's go up onto our hands for those side crunches. So again, knee to elbow and reach. Knee to elbow and reach. And if you need to take these from all the way down on the mat, that's fine if a side plank doesn't feel good for you today. Just stay all the way down on the mat and do these crunches down there. You've got it. Knee to elbow and reach. Really focus on holding that plank position. And let's come all the way back down now. Head in the hand and take those side leg raises. Beautiful. Pointing that toe, lifting to the side, slow and controlled. Really focusing on that glute and the sides of our legs. You've got it. On this last one, hold and pulse. Small pulses. Really focusing in on the sides of our legs here. Controlling that movement and breathing. Beautiful. And tuck it in and wrap. Let's move on to hands and knees now for some chest and some glutes. We're going to take one leg, crunch it in, kick back and hold, push down and up. Again, crunch in, kick back and hold, down and up. These don't have to be really deep push-ups. Do what feels good today. And if you feel off balance with having that leg up in the air, just set it back down onto the mat before you do your push-up. Beautiful. Last one. Bring that leg down. After our last push-up, we're going to do bird dogs now. So you're going to take opposite leg, opposite arm, crunch knee to elbow in the middle, and reach out. So crunch knee to elbow, fully extend through your glutes and your shoulders. If you're off balance, Don't do the crunch, just bring that leg all the way down onto the mat. You've got it. Fully extending, think about balance, and breathe. These are hard, but you've got it. Last few. Beautiful. Let's push back into child's here and take a couple deep breaths. Getting ready for our next movement. Back up to hands and knees. We're going to do rainbows. Take that same leg, kick it out to the back, point the toe, and draw the rainbow with your toe. This movement is through your glutes and your hips. Don't arch your back. Control, lifting up and over and back down. Doesn't have to be far, whatever feels good today. Controlling that movement. You've got it. Slowly drawing that rainbow and push back and pulse for this last one. That leg is straight back and we're pulsing through the glutes. Pointing that toe. Beautiful job. Almost done. Little pulses here. And relax. Let's push back onto our legs and roll out those wrists. You are doing so well. Let's do the other side now. So take that other leg, crunch in, kick back and hold, push down and up. Working our glutes here, our core and our chest. I like to sneak in a little bit of chest work here. Beautiful job. We're crunching in, kicking back and holding, doing that modified push-up. Beautiful. Last one. We're going into those bird dogs, so opposite arm, opposite leg, we crunch and we extend, pointing that toe, breathing through the movement, neutral spine, and think about your balance here. Keep going, knee to elbow and reach. Last one. Beautiful. Hand and leg back down, and let's take those rainbows. Push that leg out to the back, point the toe, lifting up and over and tapping back down. Again, that movement is through your glutes. Try to keep that spine neutral, facing down towards the mat. You can start smaller and go wider with these, just opening up those hips. You've got it. And then we're gonna kick back, hold and pulse, pointing that toe, pulsing through the glutes, and breathing. Keep going. Last seconds, you've got it. You are doing amazing today. And rest, bring it back into that child's pose. Stretch through your arms and your back. Take your deep breaths. We've got one more little circuit here, some abs, glutes, and weights. We're gonna do V-sits. So as you curl in, you're coming up from that V-sit, and as you press out with those weights, you're sitting back into that V-sit. Keep a little bit of a bend in your elbows, curl in and up, press out and down. You've got it. We're really crunching in at the core. Your back should be bent in a little bit. If you keep it straight, it's really gonna hurt your back and it's not gonna work your core as much. So pushing out and down, curling in and back up. Beautiful job. On this last one, hold at the bottom. We're going to take flies out to the side with those weights. Again, weights are optional today, so you can just do this with your arms. Taking those flies out to the side, bringing your hands in together, slight bend in the elbow, holding that V-sit. You got it. Just a couple more, really crunching in through your core. Let's set those weights down for a second, coming onto our backs. Glute bridge position, feet stacked under the knees, and as we push up into that glute bridge, we're going to do a chest press with those weights. So bring your arms to the floor and press those weights up together at the top. Beautiful job. We're pressing through our hips for that glute bridge. Don't arch your back, really just feel this movement in your glutes. So you might not lift them high. Beautiful. Couple more, and then we're going to hold at the top here. We're going to do single leg sweeps. So hold those weights at the top, hold through that one leg, hips pressed to the ceiling. The other leg is straight and you're sweeping up and down, up and down. If you need to, bend that knee at a 90 degree and march. Beautiful. These are tough. Really hold through your hips, press up to the ceiling, push those weights up. You've got it. And rest all the way back down. Beautiful job. We're gonna take it to the other side. Press up into that glute bridge, point that leg and straighten it, sweeping up and down, up and down. Really focus on keeping those hips pressed up to the ceiling. You've got that one supporting leg that's really working. Your weights are also pressing up right now. Working the chest, the core, and the glutes. Just a couple more here. You've got it. Beautiful job. Relax, bring those weights back down. Couple more movements here. We're gonna do a table dip. So hands pointing out to the side, and we're coming up into that table pose, squeezing through the glutes and the shoulders and coming back down. Try not to go all the way down to the mat if you wanna make it a little more challenging. If this hurts your shoulders, just do those normal glute bridges again. Beautiful job. Couple more, and then we're gonna hold at the top for our last movement. Here we go. Let's hold. Breathing, really keep a tight core. Glutes tucked in, pushing through those arms. You've got it. Couple more seconds and rest. Great job. We get to move on to stretches. So lay on your back and pull that knee into your chest. And let's take some nice deep breaths here. Straighten that leg up to the ceiling, pointing the toe, pulling in through your hamstring. Keep that pressure as you pull towards your chest here. Beautiful. Let's take a glute stretch now. So lay that ankle across your opposite knee, reach through, and pull in towards your chest. You should feel this stretch in the outside of your glutes. Just holding for a couple seconds here. And slowly relax. Let's take it the other side now. So pull that knee into your chest for that hip flexor stretch. Holding for a couple seconds here. And then we're gonna straighten the leg towards the ceiling and pull in again through that hamstring. Doing these cool down stretches is really good to get our heart rate down and to feel a little less sore after the workout. Beautiful. Let's do that glute stretch. So place that ankle across the knee, reach through and pull in towards your chest. And we're holding this for a couple seconds, relaxing into the stretch and breathing. And let's lay both legs down. We're gonna come up to seated and do a butterfly stretch. So feet together, using your forearms to push your legs to the ground and folding forward over your feet. Holding the stretch, really stretching out the hip flexors here. Beautiful job. You've got it. And we're gonna end with a couple side stretches. One palm on the ground and reach over across your body, really feeling that stretch through your arm and the sides of your abs. Holding this again, couple seconds, and let's transition to the other side. Holding for a couple seconds here, really feeling that stretch as we reach. And back to center, palms in your lap. And we are all done for today. Great job.